Welcome to this Arunachala College EEE Department YouTube channel. I am Dr. SIVARANI here, Assistant Professor of EEE Department, Arunachala College of Engineering for Women. In this video, we will be seeing about an introduction on Power Plant Engineering, that is third SEM EEE Department paper. So we all know that energy is the basic necessity for the economic development of a country. Many functions necessary to present-day living grind to halt when the supply of energy stops. It is practically impossible to estimate the actual magnitude of the part that energy has played in the building up of present-day civilization. The availability of huge amount of energy in the modern times has resulted in a shorter working day, higher agricultural and industrial production, a healthier and more balanced diet and better transportation facilities. As a matter of fact, there is a close relationship between the energy used per person and his standard of living. Right? There is a close relationship between the energy used per person and his standard of living. The greater the per capita consumption of energy in a country, the higher is the standard of living of its people. So, energy and its electric energy production, right, is a major concern, and in this power plant engineering, we shall focus our attention on the general aspects of electrical energy and electrical energy production. In this subject, first unit dealt with coal-based thermal power plants. In the second unit, diesel, gas turbine and combined cycle power plants are discussed. And in unit 3 deals about nuclear power plants. Unit 4, power from renewable energy, and unit 5, energy, economic and environmental issues of power plants. First, what is energy? Energy is the capacity of a system to perform work. Right? Energy exists in different forms in nature, but the most important form is the electrical energy. Okay. So what are different types we can see here? Kinetic energy, mechanical energy, sound energy, thermal, chemical, electrical, gravitational, radiant energy. Right? So the modern society is so much dependent upon the use of electrical energy, and that has become a part and parcel of our life. So what is electricity? Electricity is a form of energy resulting from the existence of charged particles in static form or as a current. Energy may be needed as heat, as light, as motive power, etc. The present-day advancement in science and technology has made it possible to convert electric energy into any desired form. Right? So this has given electrical energy a place of pride in the modern world. Electricity is one of the most versatile forms of energy compared to other types of energy. The survival of industrial undertakings and our social structures depends primarily upon low cost and uninterrupted supply of electrical energy. So that is the main thing. The supply of electrical energy should not be interrupted. Right? So in fact, the advancement of a country is measured in terms of per capita consumption of electrical energy. So electrical energy, no doubt that, is superior to all other forms of energy. So electrical energy, major advantages, we can say it is a very convenient form. Electrical energy is very convenient form of energy. It can be easily converted into other forms. For example, if you want to convert electrical energy into heat, the only thing to be done is to pass electric current through a wire of high resistance. That is, example, a heater. And it is easy to control. The electrically operated machines have simple and convenient starting, control, also operation. So for instance, an electric motor can be started or stopped by turning on and off a switch. Similarly, with simple arrangements, the speed of electric motors can be easily varied over the desired range. So, the conversion of energy available in different forms in nature into electrical energy is known as generation of electrical energy, right? Here also we can see the process of producing electric energy or the amount of electric energy produced by transforming other forms of energy into electrical energy, and commonly it is expressed in kilowatt hours or megawatt hours. So bulk electric power is produced by special power plants that we call it as power plants, right? So also we can tell a power plant as a power station, right? And sometimes generating station or generating plant, right, is an industrial facility for the generation of bulk electric power. So these power stations are generally connected to an electric grid. So types of power plants for energy generation: nuclear power plants, hydroelectric power plants, coal-fired power plants, diesel-fired power plants, geothermal power plants, combined cycle power plants, solar power plants, solar thermal power plants. So this sources of electric energy, we can tell it as they can be either conventional or non-conventional sources, right? Energy is available in various forms from different natural sources such as pressure head of water, chemical energy of fuels, nuclear energy of radioactive substances, right? So all these forms of energy can be converted into electrical energy by the use of suitable arrangements, right? So this arrangement essentially employs an alternator coupled to a prime mover. So since electrical energy is produced from energy available in various forms in nature, it is desirable to look into the various sources of energy, and this conventional sources are water, coal, nuclear, diesel, gas. These conventional sources are exhaustible sources. Non-conventional sources are renewable energy sources. That is the main trending topic nowadays. That is, the sources are wind, solar, fuel cells, tidal, biogas, geothermal, right? The most important forms of energy are mechanical energy, electrical energy, and thermal energy, right? So different units have been assigned to various forms of energy. However, it must be realized that since mechanical, electrical and thermal energies are interchangeable, it is possible to assign the same unit to them, right? So some of the major design concerns are the selection and placing of necessary power generating equipment should be such so that a maximum of return will result from a minimum of expenditure over the working life of the plant. Another one major concern is the operation of the plant should be such so as to provide cheap, reliable and continuous service, right? So high transmission efficiency is also a major concern. The consumers of electrical energy are generally situated quite away from the centers of its production. So the electric energy should be transmitted conveniently and efficiently from the centers of generation to the consumers with the help of overhead conductors known as transmission lines, right? We all know that. Next, some of the power plants in India. In India, we mainly have hydroelectric power plants, thermal power plants and nuclear power plants. Here we can see some of the hydro plants in India. So when you see about the water power, the initial cost is high, but the running cost is less, and cleanliness, it is the cleanest source, right? And it is simplest source and it is most reliable. Thermal plants. Here are the some of the thermal plants in India. Right. So coal-based thermal power plants. The initial cost may be low, but the running cost is high, right? And it is an exhaustible one, and it is a, when we talk about cleanliness, it is somewhat dirtiest plant, we can say, and it is a complex plant, and the reliability is comparatively low. And nuclear power plants in India, right? So nuclear energy, the initial cost, it is for nuclear power plants, the initial cost is very high. Running cost is less, right? It is also it is inexhaustible and somewhat clean when compared to coal power plant, and it is also complexity is also more and more reliable compared to thermal power plants. So in the further units, further videos, we can see in detail about all these power plants, their working, their operation, right, their advantages, their disadvantages, their site selection factors, etc. Thank you.